one of the questions I get the most is, a certain artist nice, or are they cool? I'll talk about Garth Brooks for a second, because probably more than anybody, it's Garth Brooks. The first time I met Garth, I thought, there's no way this dude is really this nice. Like, he was just dialed in. The second time I met Garth, I thought, man, this guy's really kind, and he knows everybody's name that he's met before. And even if somebody like told him before he entered the room, like, you still have to hire good people to do good things. So, okay. I've probably met or spent time with Garth Brooks over 20 times at this point. And in the first 10 or so, I think I was just waiting for him to disappoint me. I have a couple of my favorite personal Garth Brooks stories. The first time he came in studio, so it was like the third or fourth time I met him, he brought a guitar with him and he played it, and he knew that I was a massive fan. I never lied about it. I was never too cool for school. And he accidentally left the guitar in my office. And so there were a couple guitar cases in there, and I went and I was, my guitar case, there's a few others that sit in there anytime if we're gonna play, like during the show. And I opened it up to make sure that it was the right guitar case to send back. And this is what was on the guitar. He actually didn't forget it. It was in the case. It was his guitar. You know what I mean? Look at this. My second favorite story is, was playing a show at the Ryman, and Garth was gonna come on at the end and do an appearance and maybe sing a song. And he had mentioned on the air he was gonna donate some money to St. Jude when he came. And it turns out he donated like every cent he made from the record, from that moment up until the show. And I think he ended up bringing like a $3 million check and giving it to St. Jude that night at the show. And then he sang Friends in Low Places, which was friggin' awesome. So that's number two. My number one, my favorite Garth memory, it's hard to beat the charity check, but like, was playing Razorback Stadium. He called me on April Fool's Day from a number that I didn't have in my phone, because I had him a different number. Garth probably changes phone numbers all the time. And its number rings, it's on April Fool's Day, and it's like, hey, it's Garth. And I was like, all right, April Fool's. My wife told me, she goes, no, that's him. And I was like, I don't know this number. And he's like, hey, do you want to come and play Razorback Stadium? It's already sold out. Come play, come open for me, 100,000 people, it'll be awesome. And I was like, okay. So ended up saying yes, and we go to the show, and there's sound check. And him and Trisha are both sound checking before we go on, and it's in the round. And so Garth and Trisha are sound checking, we go up and we say hi, we talk to them, super nice as always, super cool. And we're playing like a 35-minute set right before Garth. And the headliner never allows the support to use the full stage. But Garth was like, hey, you should use the whole stage. I'm like, wow, you don't want us to run on the whole stage like that, that's your thing. He said, man, these people paid for this ticket, and give them all your attention. And he gave us the full stage all around. And then not only that, our set was 35 minutes. And he goes, hey, if you get out there and you feel like you want to play longer, just play longer. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. He goes, if you want to play 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes, just if you're feeling it, keep going. And we didn't. But for him to say that and give us the whole stage, and as the final, there was an act before us that traveled with Garth, but Garth told us to hold up before we went on because he wanted it to be completely dark so we could have the lights and feel like it was a mat. It was just the coolest. So Garth has never disappointed. He's like, so many times over and over again, been the coolest, nicest, most genuine person. I don't know what he's like when he's by himself, if he screams at video games, but I know he's been awesome over and over again, not only to me, but to anybody that I even know that knows him.